You know what really grinds my gears?
Hello everybody, Eric and Twins 28 here. Just a quick vlog episode. Not gonna be a music one. I'm working on one of those right now. I actually have to reshoot it because this stupid camera kept freezing. And so I gotta reshoot that or make another copy of that. That'll be on the next episode. For this one, I want to talk quickly about the Vikings and the Twins. Let's start with the bad, and then I'll work my way up. Vikings are 1-4. They lost to the Kansas City Chiefs. They shot themselves in the foot again. More turnovers, more stupid mistakes, more fumbles. But it was a winnable game. They could have won that game. They should have won that game. Let's be honest. Of all the losses this season, the 4, they could have won every single one of those games because of stupid mistakes. Mostly I'm pissed off about this game because of the referees getting involved. The Vikings had their, they had their fair share of penalties, and so did the Chiefs, but there was some heinous bad calls on the refs in favor of Kansas City. A very bad defensive pass interference call on Harrison Smith, where he was going after the defender, and the defender basically grabbed him and tried to shove him out of the way. But they called it on Harrison because he wasn't looking at the ball, even though it was the offensive receiver who was doing all the mugging. He pretty much slammed on the brakes, grabbed Harrison, and got a free flag. That was a bad one. And then there was one towards the end of the game on the same play where Kirk threw a ball towards the end zone, into the end zone for Jordan Addison, and Addison was mugged. And they threw the flag. They were going to give it to him, but then the refs talked with each other. They picked it up, and so there was no penalty on the play, even though the replay clearly showed pass interference by the defense. And then while the guy was stating his case, the defender, he took his helmet off. That should have been an immediate 15-yard penalty for unsportsmanlike conduct. And basically on national TV with with his microphone on, so everybody could hear him, the referee told the guy to put his helmet back on. I'm sorry, but in the rule book, that's an immediate flag, and they didn't give him one. So we got screwed on that one too. And then C.J. Ham was making a block, and the guy put his hand in CJ's face mask, grabbed it and pulled it, and they didn't call that either. Plus the right guard from the Chiefs, who's been guilty all season of false starting and not being lined up on the offensive line. He's backed up a yard or two behind where he's supposed to be lined up. They haven't called that all year. So just a bad break for the Vikings. But yes, they shut themselves in the foot at other times, but just those penalties, the refs getting involved, and they got involved with the Kansas City Chiefs last week when they played the Jets. Some plays that went some calls that went their way, but like I said, I'm just going to keep it short on that. Not happy with the Vikings. Now they're going to go to Chicago, another dumpster fire team who just got their first win of the season, and it's going to be tough for us because we're going to probably be without Justin Jefferson. He's got a hamstring injury. At this point in the season, we're 1-4. It's a tall order to get into the playoffs. I'm ready to just say, you know what? Shut him down. Let him rest. It's not worth it because we're probably going to get our ass kicked by the Bears the way we've been playing. And then we got to play the 49ers, and they're just on fire right now. And then we got the Packers. I'm ready to just say F it. Start trading pieces away, especially players that are not going to probably be here next year, that are on last year of their contracts. Guys like Darian, Danielle Hunter. Maybe you trade for Kirk Cousins. You'd have to talk him into it. Just say, look, Kirk, this is last year. The season's a loss. Where do you want to go? There's got to be a team out there that'd be interested in you, that you're interested in going. Atlanta, New England, New York Jets, New York Giants. They all need quarterbacks. So I think they need to felicitate a trade like that, like the Lions did a few years ago with Stafford, let him go talk to teams, and then come back to us, say, okay, what do you want? And then go from there. Danielle Hunter, he's not going to come back. He's just got a no tag clause in his contract. When we re-upped his contract for this year, there was an agreement put in there that we wouldn't franchise tag him. So basically, all the momentum right now is in his court, but we can still trade him to a team that would be interested in him. And I think there's going to be some teams interested in Danielle Hunter, teams like maybe Jacksonville that could use some help. But not looking good for the Vikings. Not very happy with them right now. Switching to the other sport, these guys, Minnesota Twins, they beat the Blue Jays, as you've seen in my 2 vlogs before. They're moving on. They moved on to the ALDS. They're taking on the Houston Astros. They lost game 1. Honestly, I'm not surprised they lost. Verlander was dealing. We made it a game, but we just fell short in that one. But game 2 was so much better. Pablo Lopez yesterday pitched a gem, and the bats came alive. We won 6-4, I believe it was. Maybe 6-3. I don't remember the final score, but I know we won. We kicked ass. We took the series momentum. We're tied at 1-1, but we're going back to Target Field. It's a best-of-5 series. So the next 3 games, the next 2 games, games 3 and 4 are at Target Field. And then if they have to go to a 5th game, it'll go back to Houston. But if we can take the next 2, we'll be moving on to the ALCS, most likely playing the Texas Rangers, who are up 2-0 on Baltimore, which is kind of tough to see. I was hoping to see Baltimore in the ALCS if we made it that far. But the Twins are looking good. Royce Lewis hit another home run yesterday. Or was it game 3? I think it was game 3. But he's got like 3 home runs now in the series. Carlos Correa came alive against his former team yesterday. He's been awesome. Twins are looking damn good. And I will say this. I don't like to get ahead of myself. It's a bad idea, but I'm feeling really confident for the Twins. Because the Tampa Bay Rays are out. They got swept by the Rangers. I still think we can beat the Rangers. I think their bullpen is the worst of the teams remaining. I think we have better hitters. If we can beat the Astros, and I think we can, we've beaten them this series, the season series, 4-2, and we're tied at 1-1. If we can take this series, the ALDS, I think the Twins can make it to the World Series. I'm not going to say they're going to win the World Series because there's a lot of good teams in the National League, but if they can beat the Astros, I think the Twins will be your AL representatives in the World Series. Whether they win it all depends on who they're facing. I think it's to be a tough task if we're facing the Braves or the Dodgers. I think we can hang with the Phillies and the Diamondbacks, but I think it'll be tough. But if we can get past the Astros, I think we can hang with the Rangers. I think we can beat them. I think we could beat the Orioles. I think the Twins will be your AL representative in the World Series. I'm not going to say they're going to win it, though, because, like I said, the Braves are good, and so are the Dodgers. So, but stranger things happen. I'm very proud of these guys. They're doing exactly what I asked them to do earlier this year when I did the whole thing about Kirby Puckett and how this team needed a leader. Their leaders are finally doing it. Carlos Correa stepped up despite his injuries. Royce Lewis has stepped up. He is this team's Kirby Puckett. This current version, this current team. I'm proud of these guys. They're kicking some ass. And even if, shit hits the fan and they end up getting knocked out here by the Astros or whoever, it's still been a successful season, and they can build off that for next year. I think we need to add a couple more pieces to the bullpen, maybe another starter in the rotation. Because, like I said before, I don't know what the situation is going to be with Sonny Gray. Maybe he'll come back and say, "Okay, this is good." Maybe he'll just say, "You know what? I want to go somewhere else." because I know he's butted heads with Rocco for the last year and a half. So, and there's no guarantee that Kenta Maeda will be back. Tyler Malley's probably not going to be back. That was a bad trade. I think Chris Paddock will be back. He's looked good since he's come back from Tommy John. If he can build off that and have a good spring, I think he could be the number 3 or 4 starter. Excuse me. We have Joe Ryan. We have Pablo. I think we'll be okay. Louis Varland's pretty good. He's still young and learning. I think it's the bullpen that we need to worry about. The hitters, hitting-wise, I think we're okay. We have new guys coming up in the minors that are really good. Brooks Lee is good. It's going to be hard. The hardest thing is going to be finding a place for these young guys that are coming up to play them, because we have a log jam in the infield right now, especially at third and short. You know, Royce Lewis is now the third baseman because Correa's here and he's the shortstop. Alex Kirilloff's the first baseman, but you know, he can't stay healthy. He's been having injuries off and on, but he's doing pretty good. And then of course the outfield's just a mess with all the guys we have out there. And then what do you do with Byron Buxton? I mean, I love the kid. When he's in the lineup and he's hitting, he's contributing. But the fact is he cannot stay healthy. And he's more known for his defense and his speed. And he's a shell of himself. He's basically turned into Miguel Sano. And we all saw how that happened. I'm at the point now, I love Buxton, but I'm at the point now I'm ready to just move on. It was a bad idea to sign him. I knew it when they happened. I was like, I don't think it's a good idea. They could have spent that money elsewhere. Michael A. Taylor, he's not as good as a hitter as Buxton is, but he's damn good out there in center field. I think that was a good move. And then you got your outfielders. You got Matt Wallner, who's doing good. He's doing good for a rookie. You have Trevor Larnach, who's kind of sitting back there just waiting for a spot. Kepler's turned it around. He's been hot and cold, but he's finally turned it on after a few years. The Twins have a conundrum to figure out at short or in the outfield. It's going to be an interesting offseason, but I'm just enjoying the ride they're on now. It's been nice. It's been a long time coming. I mean, we've gotten rid of a lot of bad karma just facing the Blue Jays. We finally won a playoff game since 2004 it was, and we finally won a series for the first time since 2002. And we haven't been to ALCS since 2002. We haven't won an ALCS since 1991, so it's been that long. There's still a lot more work to do, but I think the Twins can do it, and it's been a fun ride. And it sure has taken my mind off the Vikings because they're pissing me off a lot right now. So they're making me so mad right now. I'm not even playing Madden. That's how pissed I am at the Vikings right now. But I gotta get back into that because you guys are waiting for the next episode. So I need to get going on that. So just want to do a little sports talk this time and talk about my boys, the Vikings and the Twins, and looking forward to seeing how the Twins do tomorrow night. Tonight it's Monday, October 9th. Twins go back into action tomorrow night against the Astros at home. And hopefully we can take the next two and get to the ALCS for the first time since 2002. If you like this vlog, hit that like button. Leave a comment if you like. Subscribe to the channel. If you'd like to help out with future projects, please visit my Patreon at patreon.com/EmmaTwins28. You don't have to help, but any help always greatly appreciated. Until next time, peace out.